Hey guys, Tim Walling here. Let's take a quick look at my Gen 5 Glock 17. This is the MOS version. The MOS version has a flared mag well here for a little quicker, faster mag changes. They got rid of the finger grooves on it. It comes with a match grade barrel in the firearm. Comes with front serrations on it here so that you can catch the firearm here to press check it or to put a round in the chamber. It also comes with the slide cut to put an optic on it, and you get 4 plates to put on there. So I've got a Sig Sauer. This is a Romeo 1 optic on it. I also added a magazine extension here so that I can hit that magazine a little bit easier and pop it out of there for me. I do have a light on the front of the firearm here. Sorry about that, it's a little bright. But you just pop it off. It's just one little button right here. Pops right off the firearm. I really like this little light. Works out good. You can switch it between firearms if you want to. But this is a gun that I've been shooting IDPA with, USPSA, Steel Challenge, things like that. I really do like this gun. I've come to love this Glock Gen 5, the MOS version. If you're going to buy a Glock, you are crazy, I think, if you don't get the MOS version. Not really more expensive than any other one. If you don't want to run an optic, it has a plate on it. You just continue to run it with your iron sights. I did put suppressor sights on this. You can see they're a little taller. I wanted to be able to see through and still have my backup sights, iron sights. They are night sights on it there also. But you don't have to run the optic if you don't want to, but you get the extras on the gun. Makes the gun really nice, and you can upgrade to this anytime you want. You want to take this off, 2 screws right here, pop it out, comes right off. You can run it as is, or you can go back and drop the plate on and cover that up, completely up to you. But what I'm here to talk to you guys about, and there's no ammunition here, chamber's clear, and so we've already checked all that, no ammunition present while we're working on our firearms. I want to talk to you about the Johnny Glock trigger. This is not the Johnny Glock trigger. This is the factory trigger in this firearm, okay? So, Johnny Glock, okay? Johnny makes triggers for Glocks, and he goes in and here's the actual trigger that he has sent me, and there is a small screw in the front here so I can adjust the take up here. There's a small screw in the back so I can adjust the brake on the trigger in it, and I'll show you that. I wanted to show you what you get. Alright, so obviously you get the Johnny Glock trigger that he's worked on. Now I also ordered the Striker Spring Pack. Striker Spring Pack, okay? So you just pull your striker out here. It's already captured with the spring and all on it. He's got an extra spring in here. So it comes with a 4-pound spring on it. There's a 5-pound in here if you want to increase your weight to 5.5 pounds on your trigger pull. So just dropping this thing in, you can drop so you're supposed to drop it down to about a 4.5-pound trigger weight. Also in this, I got the safety pin spring. So you got the safety pin spring here. So I got the safety pin also there. And it's just a lighter spring on the bottom of it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but very small piece here. I'll show you where it is in your gun, how to put that in. So what I wanted to do, he also sends you the Allen wrenches there and there to adjust the trigger. So what I wanted to do was show you the factory trigger first, show you how easy it is to install this thing. Now I've already obviously put it in and made those little tweaks and adjustments to it. I didn't want you to sit and watch me do that. I'll just tell you how I did it. So first thing you do, magazine out of the gun, mag well's clear, chamber's clear. So we are going to pull the gun back a little bit, drop the slide, pull the trigger, and take the slide off the firearm. Okay, so your striker is right inside here. You would just squeeze this down, pop the back plate off, comes out, goes right back in. The safety is right there, so you would pull it out and replace it also. Just takes a minute more. Johnny Glock shows you how to do it on his website. No reason for me to waste time showing you how to do that. But let's just show you how quick it is to install. You have a little pin right here. Hold your trigger in. Little pin right here on the back strap. holds the rear of the trigger bar in. So we're just going to quickly tap it, falls right out, and we'll knock the back one out. We'll tap it, comes right out. So we've got front pin, rear pin, just drops right out of there, no problem. So those dropped out. Next thing we're going to do is this little piece you got to just catch right here. Whoops, wrong edge. Lift up just a little bit. This comes right out of the gun, and then we want to lift up here, and easy now, come out. So this is your slide release bar. Pull that out. Now what I usually do is I just lift up a little bit to get this thing started, and then you pull and your entire trigger mechanism comes out. So Johnny's trigger is already put together, already ready to go. A little strap right here, you just trim loose. So we're going to set the back in and drop the front in. Here we go. Slides right in. Come on now. Let me set this down, take a look at it. And she drops right in here. Alright, so you can see the trigger drops right in. The back drops right in. Just snap it down there. So if you needed to, let me set the trigger there. So if you needed to adjust the trigger here, there's a little screw right here in the front, right up in here. You would adjust the trigger. And if you needed to adjust the set screw in the rear, just pull this up. See, just that little bit. I lifted that up a little bit, and you can access and you can adjust the trigger right here, okay, and set it to break where you want it to, and then you just push that screw back down, or that piece back down. Okay, so we're going to set our back screw in, or our back pin, drop it right in there. We're going to put our slide release in, set it right back in place. Little piece here we pulled out. We'll set it right in, drop it in there. Now we've got our pin for our trigger. We're going to start it, wiggle it around a little bit, make sure it's getting started. And sometimes it takes just a minute. There we go. I felt it set. So there it goes. Drops right in. Alright, so Johnny Glock's trigger is in the firearm. Now, let us, and there we go. So Johnny's trigger's in here. So I've got it set where it doesn't have much take up now. You just barely press it. Right there's the take up. Squeeze it and it fires. Charge it up where you can see it. And here's the reset on it. Pretty short reset, really aggressive. You got a good bit of pressure there. So look at the take up. Not very much take up at all. You're able to adjust this take up and get rid of that slop in the trigger with that set screw he has in the front. So I put a little pressure on it. It breaks smooth. Charge it up. There's a reset right there. So very nice trigger, nice reset on it. I really like what he's done with it here. And so we got it set. Let's pull it one time. Let's see what kind of pull weight we got. We got it set. Catch it. Give it a little tug. Let's do it a couple times. Get the average on it. See where we're at. So I'm 4.8 pounds. .5. So 4 pounds, 5 ounces where we at. 4.8, 4 pounds, 8 ounces. So we are at 4.5 pounds, just like Johnny says. We changed out the trigger spring here, the striker spring package, and the sear spring on it, and we put his trigger in it. And this thing is so crisp, the reset is so nice, and you just apply pressure, and that thing just pops. You can see how easy it was to put in, and all you got to do is pick up your own Glock and squeeze the trigger right here, and you'll feel all the slop that you got there where you just got to pull it back before it catches and you feel the wall. Well, you can take all that up and get rid of all that with your trigger so that when you're putting your fingers on there, you gently pull to the rear at 4.5 pounds, and it breaks Really like his trigger, like what he did. Easy to install, easy to adjust and work on it there. So if you're in the market for a trigger, I put the Johnny Glock trigger in mine. Very pleased with it. I have fired the gun and shot with it already in there. I really like it. Johnny's doing a great job with these triggers. So if you're interested in one, I would head out there and get it. And I think I paid, I think it was $200 for the trigger and $78 for the spriker and the things that came with it and your safety spring and all that came in there. I think it's what I paid for it. Great guy. I did text him. He texted me right back. I thought that was super nice that he's accessible if you have a question at all on these firearms. He texted me right away within about 15 minutes. That was super nice. So if you're looking for a gun to shoot IDPA with, USPSA, I really do like this Glock 17. You looking for a carry gun? I do carry this gun a lot. I put it in the rotation with my other guns. I don't have the light on it when I'm shooting USPSA, IDPA. I just pop that off to do that. And I've got my holster set up for without that on there. But when I'm carrying it or using it home protection next to the bed there in the little lock box, I'll throw my light back on it, make sure I have my light on the firearm. So if you're looking for one, this is the gun, the MOS version Glock, the Gen 5 17, Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS. Really pleased with it. Guys, remember, if you own a firearm, be a responsible adult. Find a lock box. Lock your gun up, secure it. You want to prevent access from unauthorized people, especially children. Our goal is to prevent accidents involving children and unauthorized people with firearms. Be responsible adults. Secure your firearm and lock it up. Be safe, everybody. Take care.